Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to the Baltic Homestead. And I just thought I'd do a sort of a June update video, really. We're just in midsummer, and everything is growing like crazy. And I just thought I'd do a quick tour around. Mind you, the last one wasn't quick; it was 18 minutes, but just to concentrate on the growing areas, really. But to start with, look at this huge comfrey plant. So we're making some fertiliser with that. Didn't know that was there actually. Didn't notice it last year. So as we walk around, as we normally do, got the drive down. There's lots of wildflowers growing each side in the forest, and like I say, everything's growing like mad. Stuff comes up that you've forgotten that you had. And we'll just walk past the barn and the compost area. There's not an awful lot to see there. The pile that I've been working on is, you can see, gone down a lot. Got another pile there, which was the leaf mould. Just starting a new pile there, which will combine with the rest of the pig manure that we've got about to make a pile for next year. I'm working through last year's pile quickly. That's nearly gone actually. Beehives in the background. Bees doing what they do. I think I said that last month. So let's walk around. I think big difference in the greenery, really. The trees are fully leaved now. We pumped out all the water yesterday from the barrels, so they're empty. Waiting for the next rainfall to top those up, which should happen today, tomorrow hopefully. Got plenty of reserves though. So the bean frame is now in effect, and there's some French beans down there making their way up, fighting these wild hops, just incredibly tenacious. That is literally one day's growth there, that hop that's trying to go up the bean string. So and they're all cut to the ground not long ago, so I need to come along. In some respects I don't mind them going up the sides. That might be nice, but yeah, we'll see. Flowers coming out, which is nice. Let's just take a look. Now let's go down to the greenhouses. Here's the fruit bushes. Lots of nice fruit happening. This is our blueberry bush, which we've already picked probably at least a kilo of. These are slightly more sour blueberry. You can see normally the blueberry bush is quite small, but this is quite a big one. Gooseberries, red currants, and got some other bits and pieces around. We finished our horticulture, which I'm just in the process of editing the video, so we probably won't plant anything into this year. Horticultures tend to work best if you leave them a year, which that's fine, but it's done now. That's the main thing. We've made lots of threats about doing it, but now we've done it. Let's go to Oma's greenhouse, as we call it, the old greenhouse. Tomatoes are doing much better now. Looks like they pulled through. They're quite poor start. So lots of salads. Flowers looking great. Lots of dill at the back there. These look good. And then there's our greenhouse, which we're really pleased with. We've even got our first tomatoes growing, which is fantastic. And peppers are in flower. Brilliant. Oh, there's even chilli there, I think. If I'm not wrong. Yeah, perfect. All good. Got some basil interplanted as well. Might put a few more salads. We let this Swiss chard go to seed. I think we've got enough seed for the next century here, just with that. Down to what we used to call the permaculture area, which is the no dig area. Runner beans coming up nice. We strung those up last year, exactly the same place. Peas, strings are all the same, which is great. This will get a cut later on. Mowing the grass here is like painting the Forth Bridge, if I've not said that already. So we do it in sectors, and this one is due today. Here's our no dig garlic. A little bit of rust on the end, or it could be a lack of nitrogen, I don't know. But this was in some very fertile beds, so I'll be surprised. But the scapes are just coming out. Yeah. So once the flowers we'll pick the scapes probably and preserve them, and then the garlic will be ready for picking. You can see that lots of last year's potatoes are coming out. Our no dig potatoes have they're doing great. I think on the last month's video we'd only maybe just planted them, I can't remember now. But if you remember, these beds are all from material which is cut down from around, which is great. There's one of our new bed sections. If you remember the video where we talked about growing areas, we utilise this area next to the back of the old greenhouse, and there's some outdoor tomatoes. We've let a few things go to seed so we can save seed. There's some kale and some celery, some earlier broad beans, or pig beans they're called here, and they're coming out already. So there's some later ones over in the market garden. Some salad which needs picking and finishing off. Not salad. I've had a complete mind blank. Anyway, you know what it is. Spinach, that's what it is. There's the Growing for Life bed. Those Lana Ross's salads are looking great. The radishes will get picked today, I think, and the rest of that spinach, we'll finish that off, and then we can plant some more spinach after the heat of the summer, going into the autumn and winter. We planted sweet corn into this space, which is doing okay. The Americans say knee high by the 4th of July, so we'll see about that with our growing season. And we might need to cut that potato plant back a bit. They say a weed is a plant in the wrong place. Well, those tomatoes, obsessed with tomatoes, those potatoes are in the wrong place. So this is our kind of, what do we call this? Kitchen garden. It's if you ever want a self-seeding success story, then this is it. It looks a bit of a mess, but it's starting to get a weed now, and we hope to get this covered with a mulch as well, ready for next year. But the strawberries are coming on. Strawberries looking great. We picked a load yesterday. It was on our Instagram. And there's poppies, and there's marigolds. A whole load of chamomile, which we've picked twice already for tea. Chives. Onions, garlic, which wasn't supposed to be here but it is. Brilliant. Up into the yard, some sage. We're kind of at that period where the early spring summer flowers are finished, and we're waiting for the midsummer flowers to come out. So there's a lot of you can see here irises, I think, waiting to come out. There's some peonies, sweet peas, lots of peonies which I do know those. I don't know a lot about flowers, but I do know these. Coming out. Some pink peonies. Are they chrysanthemums ready to come out in flower? Good stuff. Give it another month, this will look amazing. The variety of the colours with the... It is iris, isn't it? I think. No, maybe it's not. Good. And there's more over here. And there's our forest park. Good, let's go and look at the market garden, see what's going on over there. So you probably see there's some videos interspersed with some drone footage. I've got a drone for some filming projects that I'm doing, but also so we can survey the forest properly and photograph it. So now we're coming towards the market garden, which I will feature in a separate video. I've been recording bits over the time that we've been making it. So these are our new beds of no-dig potatoes, roost stout method. And these are later ones, well, they will be later ones than what you've just seen over in the other garden. And there's 3 rows here and 2 rows in here, and these will be later than these. You can see these have started coming up now, and these will come up a bit later. So really pleased with the way this is going. We've got a few flowers and bits here, peas, early carrots, onions. We've got some brassicas here, I'll talk about those in a minute, butternut squash here, gherkins here. We do a lot of pickled gherkins, more brassicas, savoy cabbages, more onions, more early carrots, beets here, and some mixed lettuces, and some Swiss chard, and some multi-sown beets, salad beets I guess. Here are some parsnips. Now many people have tried parsnips here without success, so I feel really pleased that these have come out. Now this almost makes me feel like a microbiologist, because what we did is I put the seed into some wet paper towel, let it sprout, and then carefully with a pair of tweezers I put each seed into a little pile of compost, and they come out, I think all but 2 or 3. So to have parsnips here is fantastic. Early days of course, but we'll see how it goes. Multi-sown leeks, shallots, sweet onions, and then we've got bush beans, more bush beans. This will be late carrots, kohlrabi, swede, and multi-sown turnips. More bush beans to come up over there. So whilst I'm pleased with the way the garden's come out, we've not been without our phalees, of course. Oh, there's some these are peas for pea shoots. That's right, and more grown gherkins. So we had 2 sets of. These are supposed to be runner beans, didn't come out, and these are supposed to be a bush bean, which did come out. So because of the length of the season, we can't really wait to redo runner beans. They were some saved seed from last year, well, a year, and didn't work. So Yeah. What else has gone wrong? I mean, a lot's gone right, don't get me wrong. I'm really pleased, considering my relative inexperience in growing stuff. Ants have been a huge problem. I'd rather not talk about the ants, if I'm honest. We had a very mild winter, which I think has led to a lot of them not being killed off, and the population's kept low, and they've absolutely invaded the garden. Now, I've known about diatomaceous earth, but the problem we've had here is a combination of ants, and we had a kind of a prolonged wet spell. So diatomaceous earth, whilst very effective, doesn't work in the damp. It needs to be dry. And the ants, for some reason, have picked on certain varieties of brassicas and decided to make their home down the side. If I just wiggle this, you might see them all come up. Yeah. So they don't. These are spring cabbage. They don't like those. These are colettes or kalettes, which are actually really interesting. They are kind of a Brussels sprout meets curly kale. They're unaffected. Tender stem broccoli, we've had a go at those. Savoy cabbage looks okay. Some more spring cabbage which seems to have been untouched. Some more, oh no, it's broccoli, isn't it, I think? Or, yeah. And the kale, well, they really don't like kale. There we go, look, here's a really good example. So this one is for the chop, as it were. What we've done is planted seed, some more kale seeds in. So we'll have kale as more of a late winter or autumn winter crop rather than late summer, which is fine. And purple kale, they're not fussed about that either, so that's good. Okay, I guess I can't really grumble. Well, I can. I'm a grumpy old man, but about 80% of the brassicas are okay. Butternut squash look fine. So yeah, there's the market garden. And there's still room at the top to do more, and there's still room down the side to do more if we wanted to as well next year. We're keeping the weeds under control, and we might tarp that just for good measure. And we have got space next to it as well to expand if we wanted to. Just a few more wood chips needed. Most of the wood chipping's done. Oh, the other problem was we had a horrendous storm a few weeks back, which absolutely washed away a lot of the wood chips, so we had to repair all that. That's why you see the colour differences in the wood chips where we repaired it. But it did help to sort of channel the water, I suppose, without washing away the earth, which was a real positive. There's lots of positives about this method of gardening, which I'll cover in the main market garden video that I'm working on. And more pig beans, broad beans, all in flower, which is great, and the bees love it. So yeah, that's where we're up to. Looking good. So I hope you enjoyed our little June tour updates. I'll do another one next month. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you subscribed already. If not, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Check us out on Instagram and stuff like that, where we post stuff daily pretty much with updates. And yeah, if you've got any questions, please leave a comment. Any advice, always welcomed. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.